You ever had a nightmare that just felt too real? I have. This is the story of that nightmare. So, let me set the scene first. It was a couple years ago, and I was dating this girl that we'll call Z, even though there is no Z in her name anywhere. Well, Z and I had gone to bed, and I'm going to go ahead and say this: I didn't take any Benadryl, or drink any alcohol, or do anything differently that I can remember before I went to bed. And I don't recall anything different from the previous day. Because I would have automatically connected it to something, because that's kind of what I do anytime I have a weird dream. I try to connect it to something in my life. But anyway, we were in bed, and everything seemed normal. Nothing was out of place. Our clothes were normal. The junk in my room was normal. But then something got our attention from the side window, and we both looked over there. The window was not there anymore, and neither were the curtains, so we could see directly outside. And from the neighbor's house to my house, there's this like big open space. Like it's big enough where somebody could put another house there if they wanted to, but I really don't think that's a good idea, and please don't do that. But from the far side of this lot, there's this shadowy silhouette of a man walking towards my house. He's wearing a brimmed hat, and he's just a shadow. And he's also able to walk right up to my window, and this is how high it is from the ground to my window. And I can see his head and his shoulders out of the space where my window used to be. He's just standing there, just kind of like looking in, I guess. I crawl from my side of the bed to the side where the window is to try to get closer to him. At this point, I have no idea where Z was, because in reality, she probably would have been out the door quicker than a brand new Mustang reaches 10 miles per hour. But anyway, I reach out the window and I grab what I think was like a shotgun or something that he was carrying on his back, and I'm trying to get it from him, but it's just like swinging through him. Like it's stuck inside of him but can still move around as long as it's inside of this shadowy silhouette. I start making these groaning noises like I'm trying to speak, but nothing is able to come out. I guess it was from the fear in the dream. I was so scared I wasn't able to talk. Luckily, about this time, Z wakes me up, and she's kind of scared because I was freaking out in my sleep. She probably thought I was having a seizure. Apparently, the groaning noises I made in my dream, I made in real life, and woke her up. Now, knowing it was just a nightmare, I kind of wish I could revisit it. Maybe try to talk to the Hat Man, as you could call it. I don't really like calling it that, honestly. Or something. Maybe I could try to fight it in a different way. See, when I had this nightmare, though, I had already thought of some kind of shadowy, dark, brimmed hat wearing thing before, but I hadn't heard of any Hat Man stories like you hear on the internet these days. My belief is that the Hat Man is brought on by negativity in the mind, such as anxiety, stress, or depression. I don't think I experienced sleep paralysis because I was able to move around and reawakened in my place on the bed. And since it was before I read of any Hat Man stories, I don't think it was just from hearing or reading the stories. It was more than likely my brain created this frightening creature that I didn't know how to fight because I had no salt or iron, due to struggling in my waking life. Because I mean, if this thing was a normal ghost in like a kitchen or something, I would just throw salt on it and be done with it, and I'm getting off track. Anyway, let me know if you've ever had a strange nightmare like this before, or just any nightmares. Just tell me about them. I'd love to hear all of your nightmares. Now, also, if you're somebody that actually watches my videos on a regular basis and you noticed I'm not showing my face, that's because I had to make this video super quick and didn't have time to record, like visual stuff. So I just threw a bunch of pictures together like I'm doing now. And this is kind of just to get to the last 20 seconds because I gotta have that end screen, Gotta do what vidIQ says.